Taken a few of the hammers from previous films. Costumes, I think I got one costume. That's what I was telling the other cast the other day, and they're like, I didn't get anything. And I was like, I just didn't ask, I just took it.
I initially was not cast. I was discarded by Marvel. And then I actually came on to play Natasha as like a second choice for
Really?
I remember very well actually finding out I didn't get the job, and then finding out that like I did get the job. And when I had dinner with Favreau, it was kind of that thing of like, hey, so like remember before? And I was like, I'm good. I made a career out of like taking people's like leftover jobs. So it worked out, I guess.
It was very exciting because it was it was material that we grew up loving. These were characters that we cared about as kids, and we loved Marvel. It just felt like a really positive experience.
I was blown away and nervous and excited, and I had a slight moment of thinking, oh, it's 6 films, and am I going to get typecast? But, you know, how could you say no to this opportunity? It was pure sort of excitement, I guess, you know, about what the future held, and strange thing to be a part of, but beyond sort of satisfying.
I was really excited, and it was such a left turn for me. I wasn't anticipating it or expecting it, but was excited.
And it was you were the first choice? Great, that must have been really nice.
Yes, it was. Well, I as far as I know, I might not have been.
Oh yeah, maybe not. I'm gonna do a little dig and see.
Yeah.
It was the elevator scene, which I think is really appropriate because the elevator scene was a pivotal scene for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's where the world went to shades of gray, you know, and I think that scene flipped everything on its head for Cap, but it also flipped everything on its head for everyone.
I think for me, it might have been riding in the van, getting picked up from jail with Michael Pena picking me up, and then us driving in a car, and he's talking to me about what's been going on in his life.
It was an action scene, actually. I remember Kenneth Branagh, who shot the first Thor, said, you know, instead of starting with dialogue, you know, we can start with his action scene to sort of get it in the body, you know, and then I'll get the nervous energy out of the body, if you will. It was cool to sort of just see how far we could push it and go, oh, okay, that works or that doesn't.
Yeah, I remember the sequence was actually the first time you see my character, which is like stepping into the boxing ring with Happy, who was played by Jon Favreau. I think it was that sequence. It was nerve-wracking for sure. I just didn't know how the fans would respond to my interpretation of the character. And also it's a character that's like beloved for such a long time. Like, it wasn't until we went to Comic-Con and people were just so excited to see the character up on screen that I felt like, oh, okay, like I think I can do this. After the first Avengers and then, you know, doing Winter Soldier with Chris, I was like, okay, I can own this now.
A lot of them have been working together for a decade, and we've been working with most of them for about 7 years now, so it's like your family.
All discussing the last 10 years and what we're a part of, what we've been a part of, and, you know, seeing the other cast and realising that, you know, these people are family now and watched each other grow up, and what an amazing experience it's been. There's a kid, his name is Darcy, and he's from Australia, and he was unwell when we were shooting Thor 3, and he came onto set to visit, and we were shooting the scene with Hulk and Thor, and where I was talking to Loki in the crowd, and I said, he's a friend from work, and that was his suggestion. One of my favourite lines in the movie, and it was in the trailer, and got so much attention. It's such a beautiful, honest, kind of spontaneous idea that I'm so thankful that he yelled out.